Hello, and welcome to Shamrock Talk, the internet's number one Mother Son Celtics podcast. I'm your host. What?
Sorry, I'm back.
You can't.
Back.
You can't
I'm
just
back,
leave as I start the podcast.
I'm back. Yes, I can.
Wow.
I'm back.
I guess.
Most
Well,
people just
this
listen
is
anyway.
the internet's number one Mother Son Celtics podcast, and I'm your host, Jake Cole, and I'm all thrown off.
Sorry.
Here with my mother once again.
Woo!
From Arizona. You got birds out there. What's going on?
Yeah.
Running
Well,
away. You got birds.
Yep.
You gotta shut that. That is not gonna work.
You don't think you never? Oh,
I can
come on.
You're gonna hear birds the whole podcast.
Fine. All right. Shut.
I can hear
I'm
them
gonna do it
chirping
out
from here.
on the balcony, but there are too many people out there. It's very noisy. I thought it was the perfect setting. We're at Hilton Phoenix Resort at the peak.
As you said, most people just listen. They don't want to hear the birds chirping for an hour.
In New England, they might want to. Although we are worldwide. You're right.
We also have birds in New England. It's not what?
I like the birds. Makes me feel relaxed.
Well, this has been a resounding comeback. It's been a couple weeks. I am back in Natick, Boston area. Been starting a new job, moving. So apologies again for another delay in the podcast. Because once I got here, you left. You're in Arizona. You'll be out for a couple weeks. So it's been crazy over here, but we got a lot of games to talk about. I have no agenda. I have no notes. Been running around like a crazy man. So we can just, it's going to be a little freestyler. I got nothing. I haven't watched some of these games. I've been to some of these games. We're going to be a little all over the place, but let's get it going. Why not?
Yeah.
All right. Well, since we last talked, first game. So it's basically just the road trip. A couple more at the end. First game was the Hawks in Atlanta. I did watch this game back when I was still in Argentina. But that just feels like forever now. It's been a while since this game happened. Do you have notes? What do you got for this one?
Basically, okay. So this was my basically there was no defense in the beginning of this one. This was like
at all.
A wacky NBA All-Star game. Like nobody played defense. It was all about the offense. They scored so many points in the beginning. Both teams did. It was I don't know. It's kind of crazy.
Actually ridiculous.
So yeah, no, I think it was not close at all in the second half. It was pretty decisive early on. They
came back a little more than I would have liked. They hung in. Yeah. There's a couple of times where I was like, what is going on? This should not be this close.
Yeah. This was the game where Marcus Smart got ejected.
Yeah.
Yes, due to him thinking Trey kicked him on purpose in the private area.
His antics are getting a little.
Something is up with him. I'm telling you.
I don't know.
Since he's come back, his temperament is extremely different than it was the first half. I don't know what's up, but he's had a few games now. Again, last game he did the same thing where he thought purposefully somebody hit him, and confronted them, but put hands on them, which I find, again, he was known for his temper before, but he kind of got himself together, and now very weird. I think too much cortisone or painkillers. I don't know. Something's going on, but a little overreaction on his part this game. I thought he got ejected, which rightly so. Even going over to talk to him, he put his hands on him. What are you doing? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I thought it was a good. I didn't think the Hawks looked great in general.
No, they're just bad. They're not good.
Yeah. So not a lot to say about that.
No.
We were 47% to 3, 54% overall. It was a good offensive game. Hawks dropped off in the second half.
I mean, they don't play any defense. So it's just going to be a
theme.
We
scored
not a lot of teams playing defense lately.
134 points we scored in regular time, which no defense. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Yeah, we got a lot of games to get through, so we can keep cruising.
Mm-hmm.
Next one, was a bad loss to the absolute worst team in the NBA. Celtics lose 109-111 to the Houston Rockets. Oh boy.
Yes. I
Not
honestly,
good.
they were there to play. They came out and you could tell this game, this team was not a team that was throwing anyway. I mean, I understand they're in last place, but they worked their butts off and we
Yeah.
did not. I thought they came out to play. I thought looked decent. And their talk of the announcers was their future. I mean, they're very young. I thought they played very, very well.
Yeah.
I thought we played terrible, but
yeah, we were. I mean, even this team be at their best, we should be able to beat, even if we're playing all right. I mean, it's just another instance of like us thinking we have a game in the bag and just sleepwalking through and
yeah, like Jason Tatum was 2 for 10. I thought their defense was terrific. I thought they played Jason Tatum extremely well. I thought
they
they
have a
played
lot
great
of big
defense.
wings that can match up and
yeah, I thought they were fine.
I mean, it's another.
They did not look like a losing team.
It's just another tale of the live and die by the three, though. You hit 43% or 47% against the Hawks. You win 28% against Houston. You lose. It's like that seems to just be our season at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, do we hit threes or not?
But yeah, I just think it's one of those games that they didn't come out on fire necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
You know, thinking maybe that this would be an easy game, and it ended up not being an easy game. But yeah, Jason Tatum played 41 minutes against the Houston Rockets. Jaylen Brown played 39 minutes against the Houston Rockets.
And still lost.
Yeah, like what? So anyway. Yeah, I thought they played hard. I thought they deserved the win. They got every free ball was, they were first to the ball. So yeah, like one of the I can't remember her name. She was just talking about how everybody's gunning for the Celtics. All these teams, they want to beat the Celtics and they come up with their best game and work hard, and this was one of those games.
Agreed.
And let's see, anything else about that game? My high was Jaylen. I thought Jaylen was he's been awesome since the All-Star game. I think for the most part,
I agree.
He is on fire. Very efficient. There are times when his shot choices, he's trying to go through three people, he loses the ball, but all in all, his shot choices, and he's just efficient.
He just has
and he had a great game.
And like the mid-range now that are just automatic points.
Yeah. You
just expect him to make it every time.
He shot 64% in this game. So he was. My low for this game was obviously it was close. Al shot 3 shots all game long. That's it. And he is actually 30 minutes he played and he only shot 3 shots, which I thought was strange. For Jason Tatum not being on and not shooting well, I think there are games when why isn't he getting a few more? And it's funny because I think he got the last few games after this game, he got a few more, but that was my comment on that one. I wish he had shot a little more. That's it. Yeah.
Yep. Not good. Not good to lose to the worst team in the NBA by like a good margin too. But
that was all
next
I had for
one. Back of the win column, Celtics win 104-102 against Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
And we just really tried to lose this game. Another one of those, just like end of the game. It's like, please lose. Like we go in these close games. Sometimes we just beg the other team to win the game. And I'm like,
I thought this team played excellent defense on Jason Tatum. I think that was one of the big problems that we had was they really, and most teams are going to from this point on. If you're a smart team, you are going to know that our offense is going to be off if Jason Tatum is off. And I think they played excellent defense on Jason Tatum in this game. I think that they did a very, very good job.
Yeah.
Again, my high was Jaylen Brown. He was 50% shooting. I just thought he was very efficient. And of course, when they play great defense on Jason Tatum, it opens him up a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things. My low is Marcus. 12 shots, too many. He just was not shooting well, and
I
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, you could say that a lot for a lot of it lately.
Yes, lately he is a little too much offense. I'd like to see him pass the ball a little more and focus on defense a little more. But he's had some threes that have saved us in games, so I get it. But overall, his percentage is not very high.
And so we're gonna start tracking as we go through these games, because right now, if you combine the 3 games that we've talked about, Jason Tatum is 7 for 32 from the 3-point line.
Yes,
it does not get better, and it does
No.
not get better as these games go on.
Agreed.
So we're gonna start counting these up, because
all season I've said that
a real problem.
His percentage on the 3 at the 3-point line, for the most part, goes up against a team that does not play good defense. One of those teams that is not very good. But his 3-point percentage this year is not where it should be.
Yeah. So 3 for 30, or 7 for 32, as we keep counting.
Yeah.
Next one, another win against a bad Trailblazers team, 126-112. They're just not good.
Agreed.
We just have their number. Again, I've said this a million times. If all your best players are guards, we're just gonna destroy you. That's just what happens.
My low for this was that the Jays played 36 minutes. What they should have been out. I mean, we're getting to that point where managing your minutes a little bit better. Yeah, I don't know. And it's not like it was a blowout at any point, but I don't know, against teams like this where we had their number. I mean, we were in decent shape most of the time. So that is one thing for me, is managing the minutes a little bit better. My low for this game, 66 free throws in this game. The refs were foul happy. 66 free throws. But just to give you an example, in the last game against the Hawks, there were only 28 free throws in the whole game. So that just kind of puts it in perspective. 66 free throws between. I mean, that's where Jason Tatum was 6 for 18. I mean, that's what he didn't shoot extremely well this game, but he had 18 free throws, which he made 16 of, which
up his points. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, if we're counting this game now, for Tatum threes on the road trip, 9 for 43, 20.9%. Not great.
My high for this game was Al, who had 10 assists, 12 points on 6 shots. I just thought he played excellent, but 10 assists. I think they did a really good job running the ball through him a lot. We had 126 points too, so that doesn't hurt on your assist ratio. But that was it for that. They're not a good team. Timberwolves did not look good.
Nope. On to the next one. When I said we have these games where we just beg the other team to win, well, the next one is one of those, and they did, which was a loss to the Utah Jazz, 117-118. Just a real choke job. Not good.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know what it is with this team down the stretch for years now. It's just like we just tried to lose these games every time. I just don't understand it.
So my high for this game was Kelly Olynyk, who he was never really appreciated on the Celtics. He just wasn't. I thought he did okay as a role player, but it is always good to see a Celtic, alum do well on
Celtic
another
alum.
Team. And he starts.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Yeah.
He moves well with the ball. They have a tall team that dribbles and moves the ball a lot for them. So shout out for Kelly Olynyk. I think he's done a very good job. Hey, they beat us, and he's a starter on the Jazz. So again, these guys, this was a back-to-back, I believe.
Yeah,
I think this was our back-to-back. And I will tell you, I think it was a close game. And I think Joe Mazzulla really blew it when he left Jaylen Brown in most of all the third quarter, I believe. He had two, at the end of the third quarter, he had two terrible turnovers, two terrible ones. He was exhausted. I've never seen him as tired as he was in the third quarter. He played too long. He lost the ball twice at the end, which turned into points for the other team, making it closer than it was because we were ahead at that point. We actually were doing okay. And I think he made a huge coaching error leaving Jaylen Brown in too long because he was gassed. He sat at the beginning of the fourth when Jason Tatum came back in, but he was gassed. And I think that was a huge problem because it was a loss of, I think, 4 to 6 points. I can't remember if they were 2s or 3s, but that was a big, I think, turning point and momentum shift for the other team. They're super tall. Our rebounding was not great because they're super tall. When the bench was out there, great ball movement. But anyway, that's all really I have to say. That just was not a good. But the Jazz played well. I mean,
yeah, they're not bad.
I thought they
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 have
had
some guys.
All 5 of their starters were in double digits. 16, 19, 12, 28 for Markkanen, I think that. How do you say it? Markkanen, thank you. I knew I wasn't saying it right. Markkanen and 13. So they're starting 5 all in double digits. So I just thought they played pretty well. And that's a team where you don't know who to guard, really, right? Because there's no other than Markkanen. There's not Kelly Olynyk.
They don't know about
Is he going to be your threat? Yeah, yeah. So I thought that was just interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, inside defense
loss,
too
just
was rough.
Yeah.
No Williams and no Horford. So
just a game you should have.
Yeah. We were missing our height, so I guess I see that, but
yeah.
All right.
You're up 6 with 2 minutes left. Choked it. Well, the next one got much better. Celtics win 132-109 against Sacramento. I think this was a big game. I mean, Sacramento was on a back-to-back, so they could use that. But I think this was a big game for Sacramento, and I think they wanted this one, and we just kind of blew them out in the second half.
I thought the first half we were going to lose.
I thought so too. I was like, oh boy,
their
this
ball
looks
movement.
bad.
We kept it somewhat close, but I thought their ball movement was excellent. I really did. They looked
no
good.
answer for Sabonis.
Yeah, I thought they looked really. Nobody inside. It was like automatic inside for him. Yeah, I don't know if they just were tired in the second half. I don't know what happened because they came out. It looked like a different team. I don't know. Offensively, just very, very. My high was Derek White, 12 assists, 2 blocks. I thought this was a spectacular game for him.
Yeah. Agreed.
But the first half, I thought their offense looked. I think they're going to do pretty well in the playoffs. I think they'll, they're up there. It's not like they're, at least in the West. Rob was back, first game back. Good to see him back. I thought he looked good, bouncy, and seemed to, My low again was Marcus. Shooting percentage not great. 15 shots, 3 from 9 from 3.
Yeah.
So again, it wasn't. It was. It was not. That was my low. It's kind of all I have for that one too.
Yeah. No, I thought this was kind of, I don't know. We'll get to the other games. This game kind of started us on a pretty good streak of, I think.
Yeah.
It looked like kind of beginning of the year Celtics.
Agreed. I thought second half was good.
But yeah, besides Marcus Smart, but I mean, we can get into that, but I don't know what's going on with him. Yeah, that's all I got as well. Next game, back at home. So that was the road trip. 6 games, 4-2. Not bad. The way we lost the 2 games is just frustrating because so close. You choke one of them, like you just so easily could have come out of that 6-0, and you take 2 losses instead.
Yeah. Third quarter.
But
I have a hard time with the third quarter when we come out after halftime. I feel as though we almost Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum don't have enough points, and it becomes ISO, similar to the past.
yeah,
I think we've seen a few games where our ball movement is decent in the first half at times, and then in the third quarter we seem to lose momentum and get back to a little bit too much ISO instead of ball movement, especially at the beginning of the third. I think, and yeah, so staying focused on ball movement and open, which I thought we actually did a very good job with the Pacers, the next game. With ball movement, I thought we did a better job moving the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's get to that. I was at this game. Shout out to my dad. Great seats, right in mid-court. Yeah, great time. Got to see my first game live in quite a while, but yeah, as you said, great game. I thought Tatum was awesome in this game. Just attacked the basket over and over again. Didn't even shoot well from 3, which again, concerning, becoming a big concern still, even with it. But I thought his shot selection was great. And yeah, he really just enforced his will for a lot of the game, especially in the first half. But yeah, ball movement good. And yeah, I think I said I think like 2 podcasts ago, I said I bought a little Pacers stock. Well, yeah, I'm going to sell that at a loss. They looked terrible. They looked absolutely just not interested in being there. My goodness, they were bad.
First half, I didn't think it was quite as bad. But yes, other than Halliburton, again, shout out to Neesmith, who started a few times for it. He did not have a great game.
No,
but
none of
shout out. Yeah, other than Halliburton,
Mathurin was a minus 25. The difference in the game right there.
Potential player of the week,
terrible.
Had a decent game. Miles Turner.
Yeah,
they don't. I don't think they use him enough. I think they.
I was joking that they should just run a TJ McConnell, Miles Turner pick and roll.
Because he played well too.
They're like their 2 best players. I didn't even think Halliburton was that good. Stats are better than how I thought he played.
Yeah, he only shot 13 times total. That's their superstar. How do you only shoot 13 times? But I agree. I don't think they seemed energetic in this game, or like their heart was in it in any way. And I don't even think where are they? Where are they? Yeah, where are they now? They're pretty low, aren't they?
Yeah, they're not.
They're So I didn't think they seemed into it. Last time we played them, they seemed into it.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a completely different team. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Mathurin was so bad, like just terrible.
Yes. Yeah. He only shot 4 times.
Okay. I mean, I think he got like blocked twice. Half shots is really bad.
Yeah, I think heart not in it.
Yep.
In the second half, we had this handily. This was the game where that's right. They gave up. They pulled their players, and in
don't get me started on this.
Fourth quarter, they have their bench in, and I look over, who's coming in?
Jaylen Brown. It's crazy.
What is going on?
I don't understand.
I'm like, that's
it was
embarrassing.
The craziest thing. They put all their scrubs in.
Yeah,
they have,
and Jaylen Brown comes into the game when they all come in.
Okay, but it gets so they.
They
8 minutes left. 8 minutes left.
Yeah.
They put in all of their bench guys. Nobody that played any rotation minutes is playing.
Yeah.
And we still have like Jaylen Brown plays until 4 minutes left. 4 minutes
Jason
left.
Tatum
4
was
minutes
still in for a while
garbage
there too.
time for no reason. And then they asked Mazzulla after the game, and he was like, "I'd rather like secure a win than like." I'm like,
he's probably
like, the other
freaked
team
out from our past.
Up. The other team gave up. They put in their guys. They like waved the white flag. It was no the craziest thing.
Yeah. I agree. When I
Yeah.
looked over and they already had some of their bench in. They had
They
sort
had
of
their
taken out
whole
Halliburton.
bench in.
No, it
Yeah.
was before. Yeah, Halliburton was out. Miles Turner was out, and we still and I look over and they're putting even more of their bench in, pulling out some of their other guys, and Jaylen Brown's coming in. No one else, but Jaylen Brown's
Makes
coming in at the
no
same time.
sense.
All of their bench was coming in. I was like, what? Yeah, what kind of is this the number 2 team? No, this is not acting
No.
like the number 2 team. So I
It's
don't know if that's
ridiculous.
the ego of the Jays having to be in there and running their numbers up. I don't know what that is.
Yeah. I don't know either.
Or
It's
it's just
bizarre.
Missoula not imposing and not having figured that out. I don't
Either
know.
way,
But it was
not
embarrassing.
good. Yeah.
It was
Either
embarrassing
way,
watching. I was like,
not
their whole
good.
bench is coming in and
Unbelievable.
Jaylen Brown's coming in. Yeah.
Ye-
So anyway, that was my complaint about that game.
Yes.
Was
JD
like,
Davidson
what?
should have gotten like 10 minutes. He got 2.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed. And this has been the story. So we make, I mean, this game we didn't, but we make some bad teams look pretty decent. And therefore our starters minutes played in these games when it should be the bench players playing in these games, is so high on the average. So anyway, yeah, that was a complaint of mine. Other than that, we handily, their heart. Pacers just weren't in it.
No.
Really, at any point.
Yeah. Speaking of a team that wasn't in it last night, another really bad team.
I know. I didn't see this game. Did you see?
I watched.
I was
I
flying.
didn't. I knew the score when I watched it, so I wasn't like paying close attention.
Flying.
It was the first half was somewhat competitive.
No Tatum.
Spurs were up early, like
40 something points. They blew them out
early, but yeah, I mean, second half we just absolutely especially the fourth quarter was just yeah.
So I'm going right now because I've got to see how many minutes Jaylen Brown played, because he was in the. I did not see this.
36 minutes.
Which again, 40 something, and Jaylen.
I don't know. We weren't up that much till the fourth. The fourth, we really like pulled away with it. Derek White was awesome. He was really good. And Derek White needs to be starting for Marcus.
Agreed.
At the end of
for
games.
Marcus,
or not. I mean closing at the end of games.
Yeah.
Instead of Marcus Smart. There's just no question at this point. He's just the better player. Like it's like just is what it is. Like it's crazy. I get that Smart's
numbers playing have gone down. Have you noticed he's played less minutes?
Well, yeah, because he's like our third best guard at this point. It's actually crazy.
Yeah. I don't know what's up with him. And he does have moments of defense where he picks the ball off,
yeah, he's awesome.
I don't think,
but he's the third best guard on the team.
I don't think physically he's feeling good.
No, I don't think so either. But that's fine. But don't play him down the stretch. It's just not the right move. Like just from a basketball sense.
Yeah.
Derek White is the best guard on the team. It just is what it is. And
I love
just drive me up a wall if we can't figure this out.
When he brings the ball up, I like the ball movement when he brings the ball up. I just think he is a good point guard when he is confident, when he is moving. He moves away from the ball. He cuts to the hoop. I like him.
He's good defensively. I mean, there's like, it's just a no-brainer to me, and it just blows my mind that he doesn't play crunch time. I think the Jazz game, he did not play in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
What?
It's
insane. It's insane.
Agreed. There's a lot of controversy.
I just don't get it
over that.
Yeah. But other than that, Spurs stink. A lot of these bad.
Any players on other teams stand out to you? Player of the week?
I didn't pick a player of the week, actually. Let's go back.
I wasn't really surprised by anybody. I had Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
I thought kept them in
and
played very well. He was really good. And Miles Turner,
I just don't like his game.
I'm always
he takes a
impressed
lot of bad shots.
I think Miles Turner, well, he kept them in at that game though. I think he was one of the only ones that
Who? Anthony Edwards?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he just like I don't know.
Miles Turner is
He's
always
good,
a
but he takes
pleasant
bad
surprise
shots.
for me. I think he is
Yeah,
so
he's really
efficient.
good. Yeah.
I don't know why some team really hasn't scooped him up and used.
I mean,
Is
he was
yeah.
rumored to be going to the Lakers like all year and just never happened.
I like him. I like how
Yeah,
he
I
plays. I
agree.
like how quick
He's
he
killed
is.
us a couple times now.
Yeah, I like Miles Turner. He's always a pleasant surprise to watch. So he was probably my but I had him before. So I was trying to pick someone else, but I said he might have to be my player of the weeks. But anyway.
I thought Taylor Horton Tucker was actually pretty good. The Jazz guy did 19 points. He was good.
Yeah.
Good defensively too. Yeah, no, I mean, no one really stood out in these games. Sabonis is always good. Sabonis said,
yeah, he doesn't.
13,
I've always liked
12.
Sabonis. Yeah, I've always liked Sabonis. I just think, and they hadn't figured it out at the beginning. The first time I kind of was watching them, I think they figured it out. I think they're offensively a very good team. I think they're probably
the best offensive team in the league. Yeah.
Yeah, defensively they're not. Yeah.
They're the best offensive team in the league.
Yeah. They moved the ball well that first half. They were really good. All right. What do we have coming up?
All right. Coming up tomorrow, the Wizards in Washington. You just never know. But yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
we've blown them out both times we've played them.
And then the big boy Thursday at Milwaukee, final matchup of the regular season.
So do you recall, was it last year nobody played in this game? Was it the end of the year where
they sat everyone and we played everyone?
Gotcha. Okay. I can't remember, but it was a weird,
No. Do you remember? Because everyone was trying to avoid the Nets.
Gotcha.
And so they tanked the game.
Yeah. And we did.
To avoid the Nets.
Okay.
And we ended up winning.
Yeah.
Got the Nets in the first round, which ended up killing them because then we got home court in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But I believe that's what the deal was.
Backfired slightly. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I just remember this happening at the end of last year. We had this matchup and they sat. So
yeah, I mean, we did the same this year against them. So last game. So you never know. It'll be interesting. But
that's right. And it happened again last time we played them.
Yeah, well, last time we played them, Tatum didn't play. A bunch of guys. Yeah,
you're right.
Brown, I think. Yeah.
No,
we went to overtime.
Our starter. Yes, that was my favorite
hit the
game
crazy
of the year.
shot. Yeah.
That was my favorite shot. I mean, favorite game of the year. That was my favorite game of the year. Okay.
But yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. I hope everybody plays.
Yeah, you gotta circle that. I hope so too. But
see what's what and how we do against them.
Agreed. We'll see.
Now we play the Jazz again.
And back to back against the Jazz, revenge game.
Yeah.
What how do we get the Jazz both times on the back end of back to backs? Kind of ridiculous. But yep, this time at home. Hopefully that'll go better, but we'll see. That's the next three.
And then the Sixers. So we got a couple days off for that. So yeah, we got some tough games coming up.
7 games left. 7 games left. We're coming down to it.
Yeah, Raptors should be easy. I feel as though everybody's ready to kind of wrap up the regular season. That's a lot of games.
Especially the teams that don't have much to play for. But
yeah, it's hard at this time of year watching. Yeah. Predictions. 7 games left. What do we go?
7 games left. We're gonna go 5-2.
That's good. Yeah, I feel safe with that.
I
guess it really depends on who sits when, right?
We're gonna split Milwaukee and Philly. And then we're gonna lose one more stupid game that just annoys me against one of those other teams. But
could be the Jazz again because that's a back-to-back. Horford won't play. Brogdon's kind of off and on with those games.
Yeah, we'll win that game and then lose to like Toronto or something. We'll do something dumb. There'll be a dumb loss in there for sure. But we'll see.
Bucks lost the game, so I think we're within.
think 2 now. Let's
A
see.
game of them? No, less. It was. I thought it was 1 or 1.5. Last I looked. So we're closing in on them. 1.5. Yeah, they had a loss. We
1.5
won 3.
back.
Yeah, 1.5.
Yeah, but
So that's doable if we beat them,
yeah.
depending on
Maybe
how
lose one more.
their schedule looks. Yeah, they lost to the Nuggets by 20 something. All right. That's all I have.
That's all I got
Excited
as
for
well.
postseason.
Yes, that'll be big. We'll have in-person podcasts at that point.
So have you heard any or seen any tweets? I'm not on Twitter about Jaylen Brown being a little unhappy. And have you heard anything?
Correct. There was 2 articles, one on the Ringer and one on New York Times, where he was saying things about Boston and the organization. And
he signed a contract. Does he want to get out? Is that like a
no.
what?
It's a little overblown. It's in my opinion.
Yeah.
But they're
maybe
just
because
they're
there's nothing newsworthy lately. They need more or something.
and they're just rumblings, maybe he doesn't want to be can't play second fiddle to Tatum, and there's.
Where is he ever going to go and really be first fiddle? I hate to say it.
He's good.
But
I'm not gonna
on
say
a team that's got a trajectory, where would he be the superstar on a team that's got trajectory to win the whole thing? I don't know.
Agreed. On a team that's going to win the whole thing, probably not.
Yeah.
But there are teams that would.
But I don't even think Tatum could carry a team completely by himself.
No,
I think
it doesn't have to be.
We are where we are.
So the number one guy,
Yeah. That I think that between the 2 of them, that's why we are where we are. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah. Interesting.
I agree.
Very interesting.
It'll be interesting. I mean, he's still under contract for a couple of years, so it's not really.
He's been unbelievable since the
he's
All-Star
been really
game.
good. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
he's been better than Tatum since the All-Star game, probably.
Agreed. But Tatum gets all the focus. I think if you watch, they always put their best defender. They double team him all the time. He's
100%.
Yeah. I think that's the whole thing. Why he's done a great job driving inside this year because they're on him.
Because they're attached to him at the hip.
Yes. And I think that's the way it's going to go in the playoffs. So I think,
Agreed.
But anyway, they were talking about it today. I hadn't read the article. I've been away, so I was just wondering what the grumblings were with Jaylen Brown. And what a bad time to have that. You know what I mean? You need a cohesive sort of atmosphere. So if this was something that he said about Boston, wait until the season's over. Wait until the playoffs are over. Why are you doing that now? Right? Whether he's right or wrong, whether you disagree, why now before the playoffs? Let's just get somewhere as one of those teams that seems cohesive till the end.
Agreed.
You won a championship. Yeah. And again, you're right. It could have been blown out of proportion. Maybe, you never know with the news media.
Yeah.
Taken out of context or,
Yep. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it.
No. I should hope not.
Well, this has been Shamrock Talk. We will hopefully get back to regular podcast. We keep saying that, and then life comes up. It's been a crazy few weeks. As soon as I got back here, you left. Now you'll be gone we'll do probably one more remote podcast next week, and then we'll be in person. Gonna be getting a studio going. We're gonna get things going.
We're hoping for a long playoff season.
Yes, that would be nice.
Long playoff season.
There could be a lot more podcasts, or there could be a little podcasts.
Yeah. Never know.
That's the playoffs. Well, you can find us per usual worldwide, everywhere, all platforms at Shamrock Talk Pod, on Twitter at Shamrock Talk, on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you get your podcasts. That's all I got.
And my sponsor for today, the Hilton
Resorts
in Phoenix.
In Scottsdale or Phoenix or wherever you are.
Phoenix, yeah. Go Celtics.
Go Celtics. Good night.